Hey Tristan, this is Postmodern Anomaly. Just wanted to talk about a subject that we discussed earlier, and that's transhumanism. And what I'd like to discuss, and this is a touchy subject, abuses of transhumanism, potential abuses of transhumanism, which I'm sure you're very aware of. Just stick with me here. This video is going to be a little bit long-winded, but it's going to have some good points. Now, transhumanism, I think, is misunderstood. A lot of people, as you said, look at it as kind of like a eugenics thing, whereas what it really would be is it would be people being able to access products that they would be able to engineer their own bodies and do what they want with their own selves and play around with their own identity and augment themselves. So it wouldn't be a process going down, it would be something down going up, right? So it's not eugenics, it's just, you know, doing what we do now. We enhance our living by buying products, by buying TVs, by buying books, or whatever enriches your life. But that's my limited understanding of it, but let me take that a little bit further. You know that in computers there's this thing called planned obsolescence, right? Where they have, they put out a product, they know people are going to buy it, but it's only planned to go so far so that they have to buy the new thing immediately. So there's always constraints on what you can buy and what you can't buy. And I'm not very knowledgeable on this subject, but I can draw parallels to what is presently happening. For instance, we have access to some pretty awesome computers, right? But guess what? Windows Vista ain't shit compared to what the government has, okay? You get what I'm saying? I mean, now you seem to be the kind of guy that is against over-centralized power, okay? Now, if you are against things like the Patriot Act, and that is open to manipulation, how much more would the realization of transhumanism? I mean, for instance, now don't get me wrong, transhumanism it could be a good thing, but it's just like alcohol, okay? And we all know that a lot of petitions are, quite frankly, alcoholics with a little bit more to drink than Bud Light, if you get what I'm saying, okay? For instance, let's take that down a little bit. Let me take out an example. Again, I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, but there was that guy that he was handicapped, and they hooked him up to a computer, and he was able to play Sudoku and communicate to his family with a computer, and that's a wonderful thing, and that person is able to communicate and is freed in ways that he wasn't ever before, and that's a wonderful thing. But I mean, this guy playing around with Sudoku, I mean, they claim that's the first guy to do that, okay? But do you really think that's true? I mean, do you really think that's the first try just miraculously worked? I mean, this is science, and trial and error process is sometimes what needs to happen in order to get that stuff right. I mean, it's just like earlier. I mean, if we've got Windows Vista, the government's got better shit. If that guy is able to play Sudoku in his head and talk to his family and cute little things like that, what do you think people are doing that actually know how that shit works in smaller circles? Okay? Now, that sounds a little bit paranoid and a little bit nebulous and a little bit over there, but is there some grain of truth to that? You know, I don't know. Maybe you can reel me in a little bit, tell me like it is, and tell me realistically if what I'm saying holds any water. Okay, now, and don't forget, I mean, the military-industrial complex would love transhumanistic technology. Would love it. Would absolutely. I mean, I know you think that, you know, government should not be that way, but don't you think a government that has access to that technology would find any way to avoid that scenario? Okay, so military-industrial complex in any country, I'm not going to pick on anyone here, would love that technology, okay? So, anyways, thanks, man, for watching this. I just wanted to get your idea on this. It's been something that's been on my mind lately. So, get back with me on that. Thanks a lot.